everyone, and especially to our teacher, Mrs. Vanessa Oxter. Now, I am going to discuss academic writing. What is academic writing? Academic writing is clear, concise, focused, structured, and backed up by evidence. Its purpose is to aid the reader's understanding. It has a formal tone and style, but it is not complex and does not require the use of long sentences and complicated vocabulary. Each subject discipline will have certain writing conventions, vocabulary, and types of discourse that you will become familiar with over the course of your degree. However, there are some general characteristics of academic writing that are relevant across all disciplines. Characteristics of academic writing. It is planned and focused. Plan and focused answers the question and demonstrate an understanding of the subject. Structured is coherent, written in a logical order, and brings together related points and material. Evidence demonstrate knowledge of the subject area, supports opinions and arguments with evidence, and is referenced accurately. Formal in tone and style, uses appropriate language and tenses, and is clear, concise, and balanced. The first step to writing academically is to clearly define the purpose of the writing and the audience. Most formal academic writing at the university is set by and written for an academic tutor or assessor, and there should be clear criteria against which they will mark your work. You will need to find or spend some time interpreting your question and deciding how to tackle your assignment. If you are writing for yourself, for example, making notes to record or make sense of something, then you can set your own criteria such as clarity, brevity, and relevance. Once you have a plan for your writing, you can use this plan to create the structure of your writing. Structured writing has a beginning, middle, and an end, and uses focused paragraphs to develop the argument. Create the overall structure. Some academic writing, such as lab or business reports, will have a fairly rigid structure, with headings and contents for each section. Create the overall structure is the some academic writings, such as lab or business reports, will have a fairly rigid structures with headings and content for each section. In other formats, writing usually follows the same overall structure: introduction, main body, and conclusion. The introduction outlines the main direction the writing will take and gives in necessary background information and context. In the main body, each point is presented, explored, and developed. These points must be set out in a logical order to make it easier for the reader to follow and understand. The conclusion brings together the main points and will highlight a key message or argument you want the reader to take away. It may also identify any gaps or weaknesses in the arguments or ideas presented and recommend further research or investigation where appropriate. Arrange your points in a logical order. When you start writing, you should have a clear idea or what you want to say. Create a list of your main points and think about what the readers need to know and in what order they need to know. To select the main points you want to include, ask yourself whether each point you have considered really contributes to answering the question. Is the point relevant to your overall argument? Select appropriate evidence that you will use to report it to each main point. Think carefully about which evidence to use. You must evaluate the information as not everything you find will be on high quality. See our searching for information page for advice on. Write in structured paragraphs. Use paragraphs to build and structure your argument and separate each of your points into a different paragraphs. Make your point clear in the first or second sentence of the paragraph to help the reader to follow the line of reasoning. The rest of the paragraph should explain the point in greater detail and provide relevant evidence and examples where necessary or useful. Your interpretation of this evidence will help to substantiate your thinking and can lend weight to your argument. At the end of the paragraph, you should show the point you have made is significant to the overall argument or link to the next paragraph. Use signaling words when writing. Using signaling words will help the reader to understand the structure of your work and where you might be taking your argument. Using signaling words too is first, add more information, furthermore, example, furthermore, moreover, or additionally. Second, compare two similar points, example, similarly, in comparison. Third, show contrasting viewpoints. Example, however, in contrast, yet. Fourth, show effect or conclusion. Example, therefore, consequently, as a result. Fifth, emphasize. Example, significantly, particularly. And lastly, reflect sequence. Example, first, second, and finally. Here are some examples in practice. Using a laboratory method was beneficial as a causal relationship could be established between cognitive load and generating attributes. However, this method creates an artificial setting which reduces the study's ecological validity. In this example, the use of the word however at the beginning of the second sentence indicates that a contrasting point of view is about to be made. It also suggests that the writer may have more sympathy with the second opinion. Revise, edit, and proofread your work. Most writing will require several drafts and revisions in order to improve the clarity and structure. It is rare that a writer will make the very best decisions in the first draft. How to incorporate evidence of academic writing. Academic writing must be supported by evidence such as data, facts, quotations, arguments, statistics, research, and theories. This evidence will add substance to your own ideas. Allow the reader to see what has informed your thinking and how your ideas fit in with and differ from others in your field. Demonstrate your understanding of the general concepts and theories of the topic. Show you have researched widely and know about specialist areas of interest. There are several methods that you can use to incorporate and other people's work into your own written. They are four: paraphrasing, summarizing, synthesizing, and quoting. You are likely to use a combination of these throughout your writing, depending on the purpose that you are trying to achieve. And that's all. Thank you.